What's going on, guys? Billy here, and today we're going to be discussing why the Mavic 2 series is such a significant upgrade over the original Mavic Pro. Now, over the past week, I've seen some people comment on my videos saying they're not going to be upgrading from the Mavic Pro that they bought 2 years ago because the Mavic 2 series doesn't offer all that much change. I tend to disagree. When we're talking about comparisons here, I think that we need to compare these two new drones to the Mavic Pro Platinum, not the original Mavic Pro, as the Mavic Pro Platinum and the Mavic 2, both of these drones have the same new ESCs and the new low noise propellers. Now, I didn't buy the Mavic Pro Platinum. I didn't think it was that big of an upgrade over the original Mavic Pro. I'd been flying it for a year, and I didn't think that the low noise propellers and new ESCs for the 3 minutes of extra flight time was really worth spending another $1,000. But I think the opposite with these new Mavic 2 drones. I think that over the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro Platinum, it is definitely a serious upgrade, and let me explain why. My first reason is probably pretty obvious. Both Mavic 2 drones offer a highly improved camera. Now, the original Mavic Pro was the first of its kind, taking the specs that we saw in the original Phantom 4 and shrinking them into a smaller package. The Mavic 2 Zoom holds a camera that essentially has most of those same specs as the original Mavic Pro, but features a higher bitrate and of course is able to optically zoom in between 24 and 48 millimeters. The Mavic 2 Pro's camera, on the other hand, is a total upgrade from top to bottom with a 1-inch sensor that can shoot 20 megapixel photos. It goes toe-to-toe with the Phantom 4 Pro, although it lacks a mechanical shutter and 4K video recording at 60 frames per second. Specs are one thing, but looking at raw footage from each of these cameras really does tell a different story. Now, over the past couple of months before the release of the Mavic 2 series, I was shooting a lot with the Mavic Pro, taking it with me throughout the summer when I needed something that was just a little bit more portable. The camera just barely got the job done, but I still reached for the Phantom 4 Pro as space permitted. The Mavic 2 Zoom, with its fairly identical specs, is a definite upgrade over the original Mavic Pro, and I'm seriously hooked on the new zoom feature. It opens up so many new possibilities for a whole different set of shot selections. My favorite of the Mavic 2 series, though, has to be the Pro series because of the 1-inch sensor, adjustable aperture, and being able to shoot with the D-Log and color profile to take advantage of 10-bit color and HDR video. I see a lot of people saying they would prefer the image quality of the Phantom 4 Pro over the Mavic 2 Pro, but I don't know. I think with all things considered, just how portable the Mavic is, I think I'll rarely use the Phantom over the Mavic 2 Pro. Something else that saw a major improvement is the gimbal that holds the Mavic 2 cameras. They are much larger and much more robust. Now 2 arms on both sides of the camera hold it steady during flight, and it's actually kind of funny seeing them next to the Mavic Pro. Like, that old gimbal design was so small and so fragile. For me personally, a better camera was enough to sell me on these new drones to upgrade from my original Mavic Pro to now the new Mavic 2. On top of that, they added a bunch of little features into the drone, like around the design and the software, that just makes this upgrade even more worthwhile. I think the one reason people don't think that the Mavic 2 is a significant upgrade over the original Mavic Pro is because the design is essentially the same. But I said it in my first hands-on video, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not really sure how they could totally change this design to make it look any better, as I feel like they got it right on the first try. Okay, so of course these cameras were an upgrade, but now let's get into some of the smaller details, starting things off with improved flight time. The original Mavic Pro was able to fly for 27 minutes, the Mavic Pro Platinum could fly for 30 minutes, and now with the Mavic 2 series, we can stay in the air for 31 minutes. Every minute counts with me, so any improvement in this category I find important. Now, it's also important to note that these are only advertised flight times. I don't get 31 minutes out of my battery, and I don't get 27 minutes out of my Mavic Pro battery, but I find myself averaging anywhere between 25 and 26 minutes with the Mavic 2, which is really good. Another improvement is to the noise of the drone, like the sound of it when it's flying. If you're going to be upgrading from something like the Mavic Pro Platinum, it's really not going to be that big of a difference. But if you're going to be upgrading from the original Mavic Pro now to one of the Mavic 2s, the difference is going to be like night and day. Here, take a listen to this quick noise comparison. The new Mavic 2 series also features OcuSync 2.0, giving us a full 5 miles of range. OcuSync 1.0 gave us 4.3 miles of range, so now it's like a 0.7 mile difference. I usually don't fly all that far away, so to me, one of the biggest differences I've noticed between the original Mavic Pro featuring OcuSync 1.0 and now the Mavic 2 series featuring OcuSync 2.0 is there's a lot less breakup in the signal. I mean, I can be flying a mile away in a congested area such as Philadelphia, and I notice no breakup in the video feed transmission. Also improved is the top speed of the Mavic 2, now coming in at 44 miles per hour in sport mode, although I think I've squeaked out like 46.9 miles per hour. Now, this is 4 miles an hour faster than than the original Mavic Pro and also the Mavic Pro Platinum, but I can't really feel that much of a difference. I mean, it still feels like a Mavic. It's not any more agile. Again, it doesn't feel that much faster, even though I am going faster. At the end of the day, it's not that big of an improvement, but I'll gladly take a faster drone. Now let's get into some of the differences in the design between the Mavic Pro and now the new Mavic 2. The first thing that probably stands out, the thing that is most obvious about the Mavic 2, it has a lot more sensors all the way around it. The original Mavic Pro had sensors on the front and on the bottom, and that was it. Now with the Mavic 2, we get optical avoidance sensors on the front, on the back, and on the sides, as well as infrared sensors on the bottom and top of the drone. Vision positioning sensors, as always, are located on the bottom, as well as a new set of auxiliary lights for nighttime flying. I actually just uploaded a video on these, which I will leave linked down below, and I must say, these suckers are bright. Continuing our look around the Mavic 2, it also has improved status LEDs that are on each arm near the motors. The original Mavic Pro had one single status LED on the back that wasn't very bright at all and sometimes was hard to see. The remote controller for the Mavic 2 series is essentially the same, but does offer a few welcome improvements. The first of which is removable sticks that were first featured on the Mavic Air, and a new switch on the side that allows easy access to tripod mode, a feature that I use a lot, so I'm glad I can now easily go back and forth between standard, sport, and tripod mode. Aside from the major improvements that I just went over, there's a lot of little small design tweaks and software implementations that actually make this drone a lot better and a lot more usable than the original Mavic Pro. So let's go over those really quickly. The SD card can be taken out without having to unfold the arm, making data transfer easier. The gimbal guard is one single piece now, making it a lot easier to put on and remove in my experience. And the software offers new flight features like hyperlapse on both drones and dolly zoom on the zoom version of the Mavic 2. I even noticed smaller new features hidden or added within the DJI Go app, like the ability to charge my mobile device through the remote controller, which is helpful if you have a low battery through your mobile device. Now for the price, let me throw some numbers at you. The Mavic Pro currently costs $999. The Mavic Pro Platinum currently costs $1,099. The Mavic 2 Zoom costs $1,249, and the Mavic 2 Pro costs $1,449. Again, remember, these new drones are even more comparable to the Platinum version, meaning the Mavic 2 Pro costs $150 more, and the Pro version costs $350 more because of the better camera. Look, at the end of the day, I don't know everybody's financial status. If you've got the original Mavic Pro and you're content with it, that's awesome. You've got a great drone on your hands. But to me, the Mavic 2 series, the Mavic 2 Zoom, and the Mavic 2 Pro are both significant upgrades over that original drone released 2 years ago. If you're in a totally different situation looking to purchase your first drone rather than upgrade from a drone you previously had, take my advice and spend a little extra money on the Mavic 2 series. You might be looking for your first drone and you see all four of these Mavics and say, the Mavic Pro is definitely tempting because it's the least expensive option. Think about all the upgrades you're getting for an extra $250 to the Zoom version. It's a quieter drone, it can fly for longer, it's faster, and overall has a better camera. I mean, this drone is a very significant upgrade for an extra $250. Here's something interesting that I thought of, and I'm going to end this video with this point. DJI doesn't have to cut the price of their Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro Platinum because all their Mavic drones sit at different price points, and people can still go and buy the older version for $999 or upgrade for a little bit more money to the new Mavic 2. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to see that big of a price cut, if any. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments section what you guys think of these two new drones, the Mavic 2 Zoom, the Mavic 2 Pro. This wasn't an official, I guess, review. This was more of a comparison to the older version and now to the newer version. But again, let me know what you guys think of these new drones in the comments section. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.